Imagine pouring your heart and soul into an invention, something you believe could change the world, only to be laughed at by a so-called expert. That's exactly what happened to a team of brilliant Filipino researchers. This is the story of how they turned scorn into global acclaim, proving that innovation knows no boundaries. It all started with a simple yet powerful idea. The Philippines, an archipelago with over 7,000 islands, faces a unique set of challenges, especially when it comes to energy. Many remote communities live off-grid, relying on expensive, polluting diesel generators. A team of engineers and scientists from a local university saw this problem not as a barrier, but as an opportunity. Their mission: to create a sustainable, affordable, and accessible energy source using a resource the Philippines has in abundance: seawater. The idea was to develop a lamp that could be powered by a saltwater solution. No complex grids, no fossil fuels, just a simple saline mixture. The team, led by a visionary engineer, spent months, even years, in the lab. They faced countless setbacks, technical glitches, and moments of doubt. They bootstrapped their project with limited funding, often using their own money to buy parts and materials. This wasn't just a project for them. It was a passion driven by a desire to uplift their fellow countrymen. After countless prototypes and sleepless nights, they finally had a working model. It was a revolutionary device, the Sustainable Alternative Lighting Lamp, or SELT lamp. How does it work? It's genius in its simplicity. It uses a galvanic cell battery, where the saltwater solution acts as the electrolyte. Two different electrodes are submerged in the saline, and the chemical reaction generates enough electricity to power an LED light for 8 hours. All you need is 1 glass of water and 2 tablespoons of salt. In coastal areas where salt water is abundant, the fuel is virtually free. Excited and proud, the team decided to showcase their invention at an international innovation expo in Europe. They set up their booth. A humble display compared to the slick presentations from large corporations and well-funded European universities. That's when the moment of humiliation struck. A prominent European scientist, a respected figure in the field of renewable energy, walked up to their booth. He picked up the lamp, examined it with a condescending smirk, and then laughed. He dismissed their years of hard work, their scientific data, and their passion in a single, cutting remark. The team was devastated. To be mocked so publicly by someone they looked up to was crushing. Doubt began to creep in. Was he right? Was their invention just a child's toy? For a moment, their confidence wavered. The long journey, the sacrifices, the belief they had in their work kit, all felt like it was crumbling. But then, something shifted. The sting of humiliation turned into a fire of determination. They knew their science was sound. They had seen the lamp light up homes in their own communities. They refused to let one person's arrogance define their creation. They packed up their prototype, their spirit bruised but not broken, and flew back to the Philippines. But news of the incident and of the lamp itself had started to spread. Back home, they weren't met with ridicule, but with overwhelming support. Local media picked up their story. Filipinos were incredibly proud that a homegrown invention was making waves, even if it had to endure some negativity along the way. The team doubled down. They refined the design, improved its efficiency, and started small-scale production. They distributed the lamps to remote indigenous communities in the Kalinga province, replacing their dangerous and expensive kerosene lamps. The impact was immediate and profound. Children could study safely at night. Fishermen had light for their pre-dawn preparations. Families saved money they would have spent on fuel. The light wasn't just illuminating homes, it was illuminating lives. And then, the world started to take notice. The salt lamp began winning awards, not small, local awards, but major international honors. It won gold at the Good Design Awards in Japan. It was recognized at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. It received accolades across Southeast Asia, Europe, and the United States. The very same international community that once produced a skeptic now showered them with praise. The story came full circle in a powerful way. The once mocked high school project was being celebrated on global stages. The team was invited to speak at conferences, including some attended by the very same circles that had once dismissed them. While we don't know if that specific scientist ever apologized, the world's response was a clear vindication. The salt lamp was hailed as a brilliant example of frugal innovation and social entrepreneurship. This story isn't just about a lamp. It's about resilience. It's a testament to the idea that great ideas can come from anywhere, and that you should never let the skepticism of others extinguish your own fire. The Filipino team didn't have the massive budgets or fancy labs of their Western counterparts. But they had something more important: a deep understanding of a real-world problem and an unwavering commitment to solving it. They proved that innovation isn't about where you're from, it's about where you're going. They turned mockery into motivation and created a product that has the potential to change millions of lives. Their journey is a powerful reminder to every inventor, creator, and dreamer out there. Believe in your work, especially when others don't. Because sometimes the most groundbreaking ideas are the ones that are initially laughed at. So next time you hear about a simple idea aiming to solve a big problem, don't be so quick to dismiss it. It might just be the next big thing, lighting up the world in more ways than one. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that celebrates innovation and the human spirit. See you in the next one.